That down, guys. Let's get things started here today on a bit more of a somber note. As all of you, I'm sure, have heard by now, the legendary, iconic, and it's maybe sometimes those words are a little overused, sometimes maybe, but the legendary, iconic James Earl Jones has passed away at the age of 93. The Oscar-nominated, EGOT-winning, Emmy-winning, Tony-winning, Grammy-winning, first guy ever, by the way, at the Emmys, I believe, to win an Emmy for 2 different roles in the same year. I think he did that a bunch of years ago. And of course, as most people will always think of him, Tulsa Doom and Conan the Barbarian. I'm not going to lie. That's when I think of James Earl Jones.
That's the first thing that comes to mind.
That is because I see his face, right?
Okay.
That's the first thing that pops into my mind is Tulsa Doom in Conan the Barbarian. But of course, he will always be best known as Darth Vader, the voice of Darth Vader, who he was paid $7,000 for in the original Star Wars movie to do a voice. And by the way, didn't want his name put in the credits of the first Star Wars and the second Star Wars, New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, in deference to David Prowse, the actual actor in the suit. But then he came around for Return of the Jedi and had his name put in the credits there. This guy has so much more than Darth Vader. Even just in my life, like he's had a career for longer than I've been alive, but even in my entertainment watching years, right? You're talking about Field of Dreams, The Sandlot, come by and talk baseball. You're talking about the spy novels, the Tom Clancy.
For Red October.
Well, but what were the 3 he was in? It was what's the name of the Tom Clancy novels? John Krasinski just starred in a TV series about it. What's that?
No.
It's the character.
Clear and Present Danger is one of them.
But it's his character, Jack.
The Jack Ryan movies, right?
There
He
we go.
starred as the Vice Admiral in like 3 of the Jack Ryan movies.
Yeah.
And just yesterday, we were talking about sneakers. He pops up in sneakers. And then he would pop up in tons of TV shows. I mean, he was a prolific force.
Coming to America.
Coming to
America. You know what?
Yes, that's
Coming
the
to
one.
America 2 was his final film, I think.
Coming to America was my first introduction to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I went
cool.
back and then I saw Conan. I was like, that can't be the same guy. And then it was.
And how about that hairdo?
Yeah, I know.
How about that hair he had in Conan,
So
huh?
good.
Oh my God, Rick James, eat your heart out. His hair in that was legendary.
And then Field of Dreams.
I mean,
That's the one where they're walking into the field. That's what I'm thinking of right now as he passed
And then, of
away.
course, Darth Vader wasn't his only iconic voice. Mufasa. Mufasa. I mean, this guy, he did it all. And he did it with excellence, and he did it with humility, and he did it with a dignity, and always above reproach. When's the last time you heard about a big James Earl Jones scandal? Yeah, me neither. He was just the greatest. And, it's funny because I feel a little bit differently than I did. Like when we found out Carrie Fisher passed away, I got very emotional. Because again, our brains often doesn't know the difference between people we've spent time with in front of our faces and people we've spent time with on a screen. But I spent so many years of my life with Carrie Fisher, and when Robin Williams passed away, I didn't feel that same way when I found out James Earl Jones passed away, because James Earl Jones passed away at the age of 93.
Yeah.
I mean, he wins. He won life and lived well. And, he passing away at the age of 93, such a tremendous loss for us. We'll never get to hear him, do... I mean, look, and is there any doubt the single greatest voice in the history of Hollywood? I mean, is there any doubt about that at this point?
Yeah, he's great.
I mean, it's just, so when I heard he passed away, I instantly was kind of shocked and stunned. And then I just kind of smiled, just thinking about everything he's given us. So many different types of roles, so many different kinds of entertainment, and just all the gifts he gave to us with his career. And definitely will be missed. Chris, let me ask you, when you think of James Earl Jones, let's take Vader out of it for a second, 'cause that's the big one. When you think James Earl Jones, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, Mufasa. Simba, everything the light touches. One day. Like, it's so good. It's so good. He's incredible. And then also Coming to America is my other one too, Ray. His voice is so iconic. And everyone should remember too that back in, I believe it was 2022, he sold the rights to his voice. So that he can always be the voice of Vader.
Yep.
So that's going to be really interesting to see how that is moving forward, because his voice is so iconic and so intrinsically tied to that role. But man, just him and Disney. Like, I grew up watching The Lion King on repeat, and that's what I'll always really think of him as.
You know, okay, I wanted to save this one for last because there's one other one that, yeah, when I think of him, the first thing that'll go is to him as Thulsa Doom in Conan the Barbarian. But he was also the coach in the greatest guys movie of all time, Best of the Best.
Oh yeah, he was.
Where he uttered the famous line that I've often repeated to many people who've worked for me over the years. Don't be late. Don't ever be late. One of the greatest lines, just the way James Earl Jones could say it. I mean, it's... Again, I do smile and celebrate what he gave us. The sadness that hits me is the sadness knowing that we'll never get anything new from him again. And that sucks and it's sad, but again, James Earl Jones passing away at the 93. What a legacy. What a career. What a life. He was a trendsetter. He was a trailblazer. He forged paths that other actors over the decades have been able to follow. And I think all of us today don't even understand the full weight of how important he was. And I think we will in the coming days and weeks. We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. Hey guys, it's John here. You know, as kids, we're always learning new things, whether it's how to ride a bike, play an instrument, or even ace that math test. But as adults, it seems like we lose a bit of that natural curiosity. When was the last time you learned something new just for the fun of it? Like new skills, a new language, or maybe just how to finally beat your best friend at that game. You know, therapy can be a fantastic way to reconnect with that sense of wonder. It's like going back to school, but this time it's for you. It's about learning new coping skills, setting boundaries, and empowering yourself to become the best version of you. And the best part, it's not just for those who have experienced major trauma. It's for anyone looking to grow and learn more about themselves. If you've ever thought about starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's completely online, making it super convenient and flexible to fit into your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a quick questionnaire and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist who fits your needs. Plus, if things aren't clicking, you can always switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. So rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Take the first step to being your best self. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Obviously, Vader, but what do you think of first, other than maybe Star Wars, when you think of James Earl Jones? Because obviously the iconic voice of Vader forever, but what else do you think about? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.